These are the scenes at Klaarwater in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal, where Ward Councillor Sibusiso Khwela was shot yesterday, which is the 6th of August 2026. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Crime with Regina. Today we are looking at a developing story in KZN, the murder of Ward Councillor and ANC member Mr. Sibusiso Khwela. Mr. Khwela was shot at his offices, a community center where he normally met the community members on a Thursday so that the communities can bring out their grievances, their problems, and complaints. It is alleged that Mr. Khwela was in his office with several community members when an unknown man arrived pretending to need assistance. The deceased reportedly went outside to help the man, at which point the suspect drew a firearm, shot him several times. Mind you, this was broad daylight, around 2 p.m. in the afternoon. The suspect fled the scene. Some reports say he fled on foot, while other reports say he got into a car that was parked outside and fled. Like I said at the beginning, this is a developing story, and most of the details of the crime are not as clear yet. Mr. Khwela was declared dead at the scene.
You see, this incident creates fear to councillors, all councillors. It creates fear because if you are being shot and killed in your office while serving your community, now how are you supposed to do your work? Because you can only service your community in an office. Councillor Khwela was here without a security because he was not aware of any threat directed to him. As a Speaker of Council and also as the chair of the ANC in the region, I was not even aware that there are threats directed to Mr. Khwela. Now we're all shocked in the manner he was assassinated. It's true that it creates fear to many councillors, but not only councillors, ANC leaders in the region. This incident creates fear. We hope that police will investigate and arrest this criminal so that members of the community will be calm after the person has been arrested. Because if no arrest has been made, it will always create difficult for councillors to go to their offices to service their communities.
And just one last question.
Because Mr. Sibusiso Khwela was a member of the ANC and a ward councillor for Ward 17, it is suspected that his murder might be politically motivated. The Political Killings Task Team has taken over the investigation. The detectives from the task team are already on the ground.
It might be too early to actually speculate in terms of the reason. But what I can say to you is that Councillor Khwela was no longer available to serve in public office. He had already declared that he is not standing to be a councillor again. So we really don't believe that it would be a situation of being related to the ANC processes. But look, let's leave that work to the Political Killings Task Team.
Since we are headed to the elections here in South Africa, speculations around political killings will definitely do the rounds because Mr. Khwela was an ANC member. But let's just leave it to the task force to do its job. I'm going to leave it here for now. Thank you for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. And at the end of this video, There is more from SAPS spokesperson from the KZN area.
There are few leads that we are following up, and yes, indeed, there are people who were there that we are talking to. We have already started to take some statements, whilst the team is out there trying to locate the whereabouts of the suspect or the suspects. It has got all the elements of being a hit. We're not saying it's a hit, meaning that we could be looking for somebody who has got somebody and somebody on top. So it could be a chain of people. So we might not crack them in that 22 hours. And I'm saying we don't give ourselves 22 hours to crack the case. We mobilize resources for 72 hours maximum. Should we arrest them, it still takes longer to investigate.
Yeah. At this stage, is it too early to talk about a motive?
It is too early because for the motive to be known, we need to have arrest the perpetrator or whoever is behind the crime. Then we'll know the motive. Now, we don't want to speculate as the police.
Okay, final question to you. You said earlier that you were talking to a few people, given that this crime happened in broad daylight. There is speculation that the councillor may or may not have been involved in the taxi industry. Is that one of the avenues you are looking at?
When we investigate as the police, we broaden our scope because we know that a person can be holding a position and it's also involved in other interests. And there are people who will take advantage of the period that we are in, that we are going to the elections. So if they commit this crime, their attention will be on him as a politician, whereas they are doing it for another motive. As the police at this stage, we don't want to be looking at what could be the motive before we find the suspect. When we arrest the suspect, it's when we'll profile the suspect and what could be the motive. Yes, people will speculate because a crime has happened, but for the police is to focus on the crime, look at the elements, trace the suspect,